Hello friends and welcome back. It's Terry with Terry's Mailbox, and today I'm showing you how to make multiple small sentiments with one pass. So again, I fell for this honeybee small cards big hug sentiment set. I loved all the different sayings, etc., and I loved the dies that cut out around the specific letters and things. So I wanted to create multiple of these at one time, and you can see here I've got them in a storage box. So I've got some that are heat embossed, some are just black inked. But again, look at this stamp set. Again, great sentiments, but they're all separate, which is great for stamping inside the card. But again, I wanted to make multiples at one time because, of course, I also purchased the dies at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm pulling out my MISTI and I'm leaving the sentiments on the acrylic backing. And what I did was I added some double-sided tape on the back of the acrylic sheet, and then I'm going to go ahead and press that into my MISTI. So again, I can stamp all of these stamp sets at once. And again, I did multiples. I did black ink, I did gold embossed, I did a bunch of them. So again, you can see here I've got a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of white cardstock in my MISTI, and I'm pulling out my Gina K. Almagan ink, again, one of my favorite black inks. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the stamp set. And then we'll go ahead and stamp that. And I'm using my stamp helper, whatever you call it. But again, the thing I love about the MISTI is that if you don't get complete good stamps at with the first round, you can go ahead and just re-ink it as long as you don't move the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and re-ink this, and then we'll press it down again. And you'll see here next, when I looked at it, my hooray for some reason didn't quite perfectly stamp. So all I did was just put the cover back down and just press specifically on the place that got missed. So again, I've got the sentiments all stamped out, and again, just to be sure they don't smear, I went ahead and pulled out my heat tool and air dried all the sentiments to be sure that, again, I don't get any smearing when I go to put the dies on. And so the next thing I did actually was all of the dies are individual as well. So I sorted them and added them to the top of this, stamp sheet, and I cut them out. And then what I did was I matched them into the negative and put blue tape so that they were attached and would stay secure. So you can see here that, this is where I inserted them into the negative template. So what I'm going to do, I've got enough space here that I can match these up pretty well. Again, sometimes not perfect, but I think it works very, very well. And so again, I'm going to go ahead and line it up. And by the way, I am keeping these die sets separate like this, so that again, I can continue to make additional sentiments. So again, here I'm just kind of lining them up, and then I'll pick up those two pieces and keep the pieces together and run them through my Big Shot. So you can see here, this is where I've got them run through, and I've got enough space here that I can just kind of pop them out. Again, use another tool if I need to, but again, for right now, I'm just going to pop them out. And again, you can cut out a white set if you want to glue a backing to them to make them a little bit stacked, which is what I always do with my sentiments. I love to have them stacked. So as you can see here, I've got lots of different pieces as parts, and I'm going to store those in my box. And I'm going to go back and do some, gold embossing, probably some silver embossing. But again, this made it so easy. And once you kind of look at the sentiment strips a couple of times, you can kind of figure out actually what they say and match your blanks up with the top piece so that you can stack your sentiments. So again, overall, I just really, really love this set, and I'm anxious to start creating cards with it. I have not done that yet. So again, you can see here, this is kind of where I've got all of my little sentiments, and I think they matched up very well. So again, here's kind of a shot of the embossed ones and the black printed ones.